Hello and welcome to my review of The Wave of Destruction, the Season 5 opener of the 4th Doctor Adventures. So before I begin my review, let's look how this audio is presented. So for the cover art we have Barnaby, Romana, the 4th Doctor, and Radio Frantic with some waves coming out. Doctor Who logo there, people it stars, Tom Baker icon, then the spine, then the back. So do feel free to pause if you want to know what this story is about. Inside the booklet we have advertisement for the next instalment of the 4th Doctor Adventures, which just looks fantastic, The Labyrinth of Buddha Castle, advertisement for Doctor Who magazine and production cast, and of course the reversible cover. And the disc art, what is exactly the same as the cover. The Wave of Destruction was a story I was quite frankly dreading. It just seemed a story what didn't grab my attention. I just thought, oh, I really don't want to listen to this. But I was so wrong. This is a cracking start to the 4th Doctor Adventures Series 5. I mean, right from the off, Justin Richards knows how to write for Season 17. You know, there's just the first scene. That is an amazing achievement. You know, it normally takes a bit of time for you to adjust. But the way the Doctor and Romana interact with some lines said, you know, they're quite flirtatious lines. And obviously the time of Season 17 going out and being recorded, Tom and Lala were a thing. So I think that's quite a nice little throwback what Justin Richards has done. You know, remember when Tom and Lala were a thing? Nice little bit of trivia. There's a crossword called The Wave of Destruction, and this story starts off with the Doctor and Romana doing a crossword, which I absolutely love that scene. So there's a nice little bit of trivia. That has nothing to do with the story whatsoever, that crossword. Anyway, the 4th Doctor, played by Tom Baker, he does a cracking performance as you would expect. Tom is really taking this in his stride, you know, he's relaxed, and it's just superb, and you can see that Tom's having a lot of fun while recording this, because you get some great witty dialogue with him taking the mick out of K9, because we all know Tom was a big fan of K9, so it's great that you've got that dialogue sort of indicating that he doesn't really like K9, you know, just taking the mick out of him. The cliffhanger, they're big serious moments within, you know, the story, aren't they? You know, they're things that will make us, you know, tune in next week for the next episode. And this is good old classic Tom. At the face, when he's faced with death, what does he do? He cracks a joke. Good old classic Tom. I absolutely love that aspect of it. I just love that moment. You know, you got this really suspenseful moment, and what does the 4th Doctor do? You get a cliffhanger, and then, you know, the credit sequence begins. So that's a really nice moment, and I just love that moment in general. Romana, Lalla Ward does a fine job slipping back into playing Romana too. Obviously she's done a couple more big finishes, you know, like the novel adaptations, but she is absolutely brilliant in this story. She gets some really nice moments. You know, she's forced to go shopping, and you know, that just is just a weird idea. You know, you don't imagine Romana 2, you imagine Romana 1 going shopping. But Romana 2 shopping is very entertaining, but this is really the best moment for Romana in this story. Romana and K9 are a DJ. Just let that sink in. Romana 2 and K9 are a DJ. Wow, what's not to love about that? John Leeson, he's absolutely superb doing K9. Now, unlike Season 17, K9 was often written out within the story because they're like, oh, what do I do with it, you know? And obviously, it was a bit of a menace of a prop to use, but K9's quite integral with the plot, which I like, and he works well off with Romana like he did in the TV series. Jill, played by Alex Wilton Reagan, what a tremendous job she does, how she can just flip from being this innocent girl to being this rather threatening character. She does a fantastic and superb job, and gets some great scenes between Romana too. Honestly, some great moments, especially when they're shopping. Honestly, great moment that is. John Banks is versatile as ever, as you would expect, does a superb job. Now, the monsters within this story, the reveal of the monsters in this story is brilliant. I spat my drink out when I was listening to this. I was like, what, really? They're actually the monsters? I mean, they're one of those obscure villains what Big Finish have managed to redeem. I'm not going to say what they are because that'll just spoil it, and I think it's best left me not saying what the monsters are and you to find out for yourself. And they fit into the actual plot of the story brilliantly. The way, oh, it's just superb. Overall, this story is a clever story, with the radio jingle, what you hear in the trailer, I think, being quite integral to the plot, which is a nice little moment. You get a nice little new series reference to magpies, and if you're a fan of 1960s music and technology, then this is definitely a story for you. This is a great witty story, what really does capture the era brilliantly. It is a superb story, and I feel bad for saying, God, this is going to be a crap story, because honestly, it surprised me a hell of a lot. I mean, I rewatched a lot of season 17 quite recently, and maybe that's because I've watched a few of those stories to get me in the mood, and then I listened to this, and that might have increased my enjoyment maybe. But I suppose I better rate it now. First listening, when I first listened to this, I rated it a 9 out of 10. On second listen, I'm going to give it 8 jelly babies out of 10. It's still a cracking story despite it's dropped a couple of marks. Really, it is a superb story. If you're a fan of season 17 and Romana 2 and the 4th Doctor, get it, because they have some great interactions with some nice flirtatious moments, and all the supporting cast are fantastic, and I cannot wait to see where the 4th Doctor goes next. So thank you very much for watching this review, and I'll see you in my next review, whatever that will be.